Hey bro, so I just arrived at the gym, right? And this video we're going to talk about, before I enter the gym and finish this coffee, we're going to talk about why midwits surpass you in most areas in life. Now, I believe if you're watching videos like this, perhaps I should put the camera like this. If you're watching videos like this, I believe that you are a thinker, right? You think about the moves you're going to make, you think about the plans, and you think about optimizing, areas of your life. That's why if this is in your recommended, I believe you probably watch some self-improvement videos. You probably are in some spaces that discuss those type of things, right? And perhaps you have now noticed midwits surpass you. People who aren't particularly smart, people who aren't particularly passionate, they surpass you. You're thinking to yourself, well, okay, I've learned all these tips about women and about how to speak to them and about game and such, right? But that random across the street still, talks to more girls than I do. So what's the deal? You're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, I've been learning about going to the gym and all these, tips and tricks and all these, motivational stuff, right? But the kid at the school who doesn't even, talk about going to the gym is more fit and more jacked than I am. How does that work? You're thinking to yourself, okay, I need to make this money, this entrepreneurship, and all this all purposeful work, deep work, all this stuff. You're thinking. The woman in your class or a woman you meet, you talk to her and you find out she makes more than you. Well, she must be exceptional. They must be the exception to the rule. Perhaps not. There's a reason why midwits, when I say midwit, I mean people of middle intelligence, right? They're not particularly, or we perceive them as such. We perceive them as, not being particularly intelligent or driven or such. Why they surpass you. Why do they surpass you? Well, it's because you are at analysis paralysis forever and you don't even realize it. You're a thinker, right? Before you even begun this journey of self-improving, before you even begun going to the gym, you wanted to set out the habits and the, ritual of going to the gym. You want to decide on which routine is the best. Before you even, had the courage of going up speaking to a woman, you want to research all the fucking things about, speaking to a woman. Before you even begun dieting, you wanted to know all things about dieting. You wanted to know if you should go keto, if you should, do this. Before you even began like a skin routine, you wanted to know what was the most optimal thing to do. Well, that's the pitfall that, people who call midwits or people who call dumb perhaps do not fall into. They do not fall into this habit of overthinking, or perhaps not even overthinking. They don't fall into this habit of thinking. Joey Diaz, if you have watched Joe Rogan, you should know Joey Diaz. He's a great comedian. He says that the worst thing a man could do is think. Genuinely, the worst thing you could do is thinking. You need to do something. You need to grab yourself by the balls and fucking attack. And then, think of the GTA 5 map, right? There's areas you haven't explored yet, they're dark. You need to go there yourself in order to unlock them. It's not that, you know, where fucking Vespucci Beach is located and what is in there. No, you need to personally go there and find out for yourself. Nothing trumps experience, self-experience. You're not going to fucking learn this shit by watching videos of people who have learned this shit. Right? You might have an idea, you might have a perhaps better guidance, and that's not necessarily bad per se. But how many videos is it going to take of people, you know, giving you the advice of not, you know, masturbating, right? How many times do you have to hear you need to go to the gym as a man? It's simple as that. You need to find out for yourself. And that's why midwits, that's why, you know, people you think about as losers surpass you. Because they do not think as much as you. My brother is suffering from this problem, actually. Before he even starts to, you know, resolve the problem, whatever it may be, he starts thinking if he can even solve the problem. He starts thinking of the most optimal path to solving the problem. That's not the way. You know what was the best ability I learned from, you know, solving mathematics, right? I was a successful student. I was in the top 0.1% of all students nationwide in my country. You know what I learned, you know, solving math questions, is that you need to start somewhere. You need to, you know, list out the numbers, list out the data that you have. And you need to start somewhere. Because if you think too much, you will lose before you even begin. This challenge is a struggle. You need to figure it out as you go. Another quote that I will provide you that's incredibly powerful. It comes from First Man. You will cross that bridge when you come to it. Do not try to cross all the bridges at once. No, let the game come to you. Let the problems arise. Do not be afraid of problems arising. Start with the step one and move on. Move forward. Explore the dark map. And light up the places, and then you will make the connections, right? My coffee is almost over. Thanks for watching this, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, all that, and yeah, see you on another one. Peace out. Also, you can get coaching by me in all the areas of life. Mostly if you're a student, I would advise you to get the coaching call. First one we can do for free. And if you wanted to, you know, improve your mindset, improve the way you move through life, I would recommend those guys that are watching this to, you know, get that free coaching call. But, you know, I will not advise you on things I'm not, you know, particularly successful at, right? So I won't, you know, advise you on finances, although I'm driving this fucking 2025 fucking BMW. But yeah, thanks for watching this, guys. See you on another one. Peace out.